If, for instance, maybe the victims of all this kind of atrocity are the government and the government officials, the politicians, with whom the responsibility lies for ensuring peace, safety, and protection of lives of the people, I think the problem will also come again. But the fact that most of the casualties of these Boko Haram attacks are poor men, masses of this nation, poor citizens, they are continued to be killed. And the government hasn't taken any action against all these kind of atrocities. In fact, they are even denying it. They are denying that the JTF is not killing people. People are being killed. Just a couple of days ago, more than 100 youth are killed in Borno State. Imagine how could a government, sincere political and democratic government, will in the present hold in arms while its citizens are being killed, and it is denied. The only way peace could be brought to Borno State is by actually, from my understanding, the withdrawal of all JTF forces operating there, because they are the part of the problem and not the part of the solution. I'm releasing this video for all people to understand the reality behind the Boko Haram crisis. The government seems to be extremely, very lackadaisical on this issue, because they are not the victims of this violence. They are living, not even in the city, they are living far away from the violences, and they are using this violence as a trick of corruption and looting public funds. So the government should actually think about this issue. Recently, the Boko Haram has given free conditions for dialogue. If government is sincerely and very committed to dialogue and bringing this problem to an end, should have actually complied with all the preconditions given by the Boko Haram sect as part of the talking process, to actually reach a final resolution on all these problems, so that peace can be maintained in Borno State. And I wish personally that all the people of Maidugur, Borno State, you said the violence zones, a successful, that to be taken between the government and the Boko Haram, so that they can have peace, because more than 100,000 people are internally displaced by this violence. Women were turned widows. Children were turned orphans by this violence. And the government hasn't taken any action against all these things. Let us think about this thing. And recently the government has released a resolution, or a law I can see, that says that you shouldn't give a person, especially those whom are running away from this violence, who are taking refuge in most of the neighboring states, that nobody should give a house to somebody from Borno State. Why should we do that? They are our brothers and sisters, fellow Muslims. We must have them as part of our religious obligation and responsibilities. We must help them. We must help them to give them accommodation to actually take hostage in our country, in our neighboring states. Let people think about this thing. Let us help these people, help them out of this balance. That's my understanding. Thank you very much.